Hi once again everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of NCHC Between the Boards. I'm Greg Ankers. Coming up on tonight's show, we'll recap a very successful weekend on the ice for the NCHC. We've got highlights from all the games coming up in just moments. The Denver University hockey team participates in a program that benefits those in the armed forces. We'll have that story coming up a little later. And also, the Omaha hockey team has a new home. But we'll begin with our Spotlight series this week, focusing on Minnesota-Duluth and Minnesota, an intra-state rivalry that goes back 229 meetings. Last season, Minnesota-Duluth had the Gophers' numbers, winning 4 of 5 meetings in 5 different venues. This weekend, each team got to skate on their home ice. And after a scoreless first period, Duluth would get on the board in the second, working on a power play. Adam Johnson leaving it for Jared Thomas in the circle. That goal makes it 1-0 UMD. 3 minutes later, Duluth back on a power play. Neil Pionk with the one-timer. No, but Austin Farley is there for the rebound effort, giving the Bulldogs a 2-0 advantage. In the third, Minnesota would get on the board. Puck coming off the end wall right to Brent Gates' stick for his first collegiate goal. Cuts the deficit to 2-1, but 30 seconds after that, Duluth with the perfect response. Pressure into the zone. Dominic Toninato going to get the second effort goal here as Duluth goes on to win 3-1, executing their game plan to perfection, getting shots on net.
I'd say pucks on net, moving it, not holding on to the puck too long. We worked on it a lot this week. It was definitely something we wanted to stress on. Power play, penalty kill. Special teams are huge in this league, so it's definitely something we worked on, and it was good tonight.
It gives us a little confidence, a little momentum, definitely, and then, so we head back up north with a little confidence under our belt that, we can win and we can play with teams, so that's great.
With the hard stuff out of the way, that being winning on the road, Duluth with their home opener on Saturday night, and then the first, they waste no time. Toninato skating in, goes short side over the shoulder. Beat the Minnesota goaltender. That one worthy of a second look. Perfect placement by Toninato here. And just like that, it is 1-0 Minnesota Duluth. Later in the first, Carson Kuhlman with a shot through traffic. That one gets by everybody for a 2-0 UMD lead after the first. In the second, Duluth carrying into the zone. Jared Thomas with some wheels goes backhand to beat the goalie there for a 3-0 Bulldogs lead. And Casimir Kaskasuo brilliant on the other end as you take another look at Thomas's goal there. As I mentioned, Kaskasuo brilliant, stopping the one-timer here in brilliant fashion. He had 21 stops on the night for the shutout as Duluth wins and sweeps 3-0 final Saturday.
Our guys, you could see it this morning, they're excited to play, and I think they carried that right over into the game and fed off the crowd, and obviously last night's win and turned it into obviously our best period, and it led to 2 goals and gave us the lead, which is important against this team.
Sucked that we had to delay the home opener a little bit, but to do it against the Gophs and chance for a sweep, couldn't draw it up any better for an alternative plan, so it was good to get that sweep and get on a good roll here to start the season.
Coming up on the other side of this break, 3 NCHC teams entered last weekend unbeaten, including one that was ranked in unfamiliar territory. Welcome back. The Omaha Mavericks entered this past weekend ranked number 3 in the country, their highest ranking in program history. Looking to stay hot on the road, Omaha would travel to Burlington, Vermont for their first ever meetings against the Vermont Catamounts. And Omaha would get the party started, scoring in the first, and it's Fredrik Olofsson's period. He punches it in near the paint here for a 1-0 Omaha lead. 2 minutes later, more Olofsson. On the power play, the cross-ice pass finds him for the one-timer, and it's 2-0 Mavericks just like that. In the second, Vermont responds. Nice play off the wall here. Goal out front by Jared Privatera makes it a 2-1 Omaha game. But just a minute and a half after that, grab your chips and salsa, everybody. It's the Austin Ortega show. He would take over, getting the goal out front here for a 3-1 Omaha lead. 2 minutes later, more Ortega with the sweet deflection here as Omaha hangs on to win this one 4-3 on Friday night. What would Saturday night have in store? In the first, Omaha skating shorthanded, but Justin Parizek all by himself beats the goaltender here going forehand. Nice goal there for a 1-0 Omaha lead. 2 minutes later, it's Ortega again with a nice weekend. Here he fires home the wrister for a 2-0 Mavericks lead. At the other end of the ice, Evan Wenninger holding up his end of the bargain, stops the 2-on-none opportunity there. In the third, though, Vermont does get on the board. Mario Puskarich with the one-timer effort makes it a 2-1 game, but Wenninger bounces back with the save here. He had 29 stops on the night. UNO wins and sweeps with a 3-1 win on Saturday night. Number 14th Minnesota State visiting number 12 St. Cloud State on Friday night. From the Herb Brooks Hockey Center in the first period, St. Cloud on the attack. Joey Bennick and Jimmy Murray with a 2-on-1. David Morley follows it up for the goal to make it 1-0 Huskies. Late in the first, Minnesota State with a penalty shot. Don't see this too often. Brad McClure versus Charlie Lindgren. Advantage Lindgren. He makes the save. Big weekend for Lindgren. We'll talk more about him later, but first some scoring opportunities. Jimmy Schultz calling for it and gets the one-timer in the second for a 2-0 St. Cloud lead. Then in the third, pressure out front, and Patrick Russell going to bury it here for a 3-0 St. Cloud State lead. They win 4-0 behind Lindgren's shutout. Lindgren stopping 30 shots on Friday. How about some more action on Saturday? Bob Motzko liking what he sees less than 5 minutes in. Patrick Russell skating in with the shot. That one trickles in for a 1-0 St. Cloud lead. In the second, Judd Peterson just going to throw it on net, and Robbie Jackson, Johnny on the spot. What a great start to the season for him. Makes it 2-0 Huskies. Then in the third, Judd Peterson capping it with the empty netter here, and not pictured. Charlie Lindgren with 24 more saves, posting back-to-back shutouts. It was all about Lindgren afterwards.
You know, we could talk all we want. Charlie Lindgren was outstanding and gave us a chance. And you know, you throw right now pretty hot goaltender. Some pretty good things are happening with him right now.
He's a competitor. He faces a lot of shots every night, and you know, he makes every save. He always is there to save us, so that's what makes him a competitor, and we're lucky to have him.
Number 1, North Dakota taking on Bemidji State in a home-and-home showdown on Friday, starting in Bemidji. 2 minutes into the first, Johnny Simonson sending the puck towards the net. He gets rewarded for a 1-0 UND lead. Later in the first, Troy Stetcher sets this one up with the shot on net, bounces right out to Bryn Chiswick for the easy goal, and a 2-0 UND lead after one frame. In the second, though, it's tied at 2. UND working a power play, though, and Luke Johnson finds himself right there in the slot for the easy one-timer to make it a 3-2 North Dakota lead. Later in the second, Austin Pagansky working hard out in front, and he will chip that one in on the second effort to make it 4-2 UND. But in the third, Bemidji State does not go away, erasing another 2-goal deficit. The puck gets tipped to Jerry Fitzgerald for the one-timer, and that leads to a 4-all draw on Friday night. On Saturday, same two teams, different location though, at Ralph Engelstad Arena in Grand Forks. Middle of the first, tied at 1. Brock Besser skating around. Second opportunity goes top shelf for the goal to make it 2-1 UND. In the third, tied at 2 though. Chaos out in front. Troy Stetcher finishes it as he steps up and buries it there for a 3-2 UND lead. Less than a minute later, UND on the power play looking to put this one away. Besser with the rebound goal, chip in there to make it 4-2. Then late in the third, Drake Kajula going to find Besser with the empty net. He gets the easy goal, and it's a hat trick for the freshman Besser as UND goes on to win 5-2 in a nice bounce-back effort on Saturday night.
Yesterday we kind of let one get away from us, and you want to be a good third period team and hold on to leads, and we kind of sat back a little bit in the third and let them come back, crawling back in the game, and we challenged ourselves to be a better team all together today, and especially in the third period, and we did just that.
We've got even more highlights. That's next as you watch NCHC Between the Boards. Welcome back. Fresh off a split against Air Force last weekend, Denver saw itself playing host to Michigan State for the first time at home in 35 years this past weekend. It's an all-time series that has had 72 meetings, with Denver winning 54 of them against the Spartans heading in to last weekend. Denver would find itself down, though, on home ice in the first, trailing 1-0. Dylan Gambrell with the initial shot bounces right to Emil Romeg's stick, and that ties things up at 1 goal apiece. In the third, same score, Mason Appleton for the Spartans falling down. Great feed to Matt DeBlau out front for a 2-1 Michigan State advantage, but Denver responds with 3 straight later in the period. Matt Van Voorhis starts it off with the shot from the circle to tie things up at 2 goals apiece. Then later in the third, Trevor Moore with the great below goal line feed to Gabe Levin for a 3-2 Denver lead. They would add an empty netter as they go on to win on Friday night, winning it 4-2. On Saturday, scoring early in periods, the theme for DU. 1:19 into the game, Blake Hillman and Matt Marcineau working an unconventional give and go, but it works to put the Pioneers out in front 1-0. Then 55 seconds into the second frame, a great find here. Marcineau on the receiving end, the one-timer streaking in for a 2-0 Pioneers lead. Then early in the third, Grant Arnold skating in all alone, looking for the individual goal here, winning the race to the puck. He gets denied, but the rebound is there as Denver goes on to win 3-0. Tanner Gillette with the shutout as Denver gets the sweep on the weekend, winning it 3-0 on Saturday.
I always use the phrase with our team that we're going to have 5 men in the picture, and that means if you're watching on TV, you're going to see 5 of us together in every zone. That way your puck support and defensively your layers are great everywhere, and tonight we did that.
Number 18 Miami taking on Ohio State in a home-and-home starting in Columbus on Friday night in the first period. Working the puck around, and it's Andrew Schmidt in the circle, gets the goal and put Miami out in front by a 1-0 advantage. In the third, tied up at 1, but off the face-off, Kiefer Sherwood with the goal there to put the Redhawks out in front 2-1. But with 2:45 to go, Anthony Greco gets the Buckeyes to tie this one up at 2 apiece with the goal there, but with 1:33 to go, Jack Roslovic on the doorstep puts in the game winner there as Miami takes the opener in this one, winning it 3-2. The series then shifts to Oxford on Saturday night in the first. Miami working the puck around, and Josh Melnick with the mean one-timer down low all alone on the backside, giving the Redhawks the early 1-0 advantage. In the second, Ohio State answers back off the wall. Mason Jobst with the goal here to tie things up at 1 apiece. But later in the second, a great individual effort by Jack Roslovic here, carries into the zone, splits 2 defenders and beats the goalie for a 2-1 Miami lead. Then in the third, Redhawks working a power play. Zach Laval with the rebound goal here as Miami goes up 3-1. They win by that score on Saturday night and get the sweep over Ohio State.
One of the things in our process is exits out of our zone. I thought we did a pretty good job of that tonight. When they did pin us in there, we did a good job of blocking shots and keeping them to the outside, and then winning battles in front of the net. At some point, the puck's always getting to the front of the net, and you got to win battles, and I thought we did that tonight.
Colorado College still looking for its first win of the season, traveling out east to face number 9 UMass Lowell in a weekend tilt. In the second period, tied at 1, but Nick Master with the power play goal here for a 2-1 Massachusetts Lowell lead rather. Then in the third, Colorado College answers back. Cody Bradley on the breakaway gets the goal to tie things up at 2 apiece. And between the pipes, pretty solid night for Jacob Nahama. He gets the save here for CC, but late in the third, Nahama can't stop this one from Ryan McGrath's stick as UMass Lowell goes on to win the opener on home ice, winning it by the final of 3-2. CC hanging in that one despite being outshot 55-18 on Saturday night. In the first, UMass Lowell going to strike early. Adam Chappie with the nice deflection here, worthy of a second look as they go up 1-0. But in the second, they'll add to that lead. The initial shot gets fanned on, but Ryan McGrath with the goal to make it 2-0 Lowell. Later in the second, though, CC not going away. Trey Bradley gets that goal to make it a 2-1 game, and then later, CC looking to tie it up, but Alex Roos gets robbed as that one gets stopped short of the goal line. UMass Lowell goes on to win 2-1. CC still winless on the year. And it's time now to recognize individual excellence on the ice across the NCHC from this past weekend. Offensive Player of the Week honors go to junior forward Austin Ortega from Omaha, who had 4 goals in that sweep at Vermont. His 5 goals this season lead the NCAA. He also has 3 game winners, which is also tops across the nation as well. Defenseman honors go to junior Troy Stetcher from North Dakota, who had a goal and 2 assists against Bemidji State. He also blocked 2 shots and had a +2 rating on the weekend. Rookie honors go to freshman forward Jack Roslovic from Miami, who had game-winning goals in both contests against Ohio State. He added an assist in that series as well. And goaltender honors go to junior goaltender Charlie Lindgren from St. Cloud State. What a season he is off to so far, posting back-to-back shutouts against Minnesota State this past weekend, stopping all 54 shots he faced, and through 3 games, he has yet to allow a single goal. It was, as I've mentioned, a great week for the NCHC as they went 11-2-1 against non-conference teams this past weekend, and it reflects in both national polls. North Dakota and Omaha are the 1-2 punch, followed by Minnesota Duluth at number 5. Then it's Denver, St. Cloud State, and Miami also entering both polls, whether it's the USCHO.com poll or the USA Today poll as well. A great showing for the NCHC, and that will pose to be influential when it comes to NCAA tournament time as it was a year ago. Well, still to come on the program, the Denver Pioneers go the extra mile to combine hockey and active duty service men and women. Welcome back. Denver University is one of 3 programs that participates in the Hockey Saves program. It provides opportunities for soldiers to partner with their college hockey teams and a chance to get on the ice and skate around with them. And the opportunity to shoot the puck with these college athletes goes a long ways for many service men and women.
The University of Denver proudly partners with Hockey Saves, a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing servicemen and women a chance to get involved with hockey, either on the ice or in the stands.
Hockey Saves is a great organization that helps troops kind of escape the rigors of their everyday life, and they can skate and play hockey and kind of forget about everything else they have to deal with or see.
Heather Williams, and I was a petty officer 3rd class. I got an email saying, hey, you want to go skate with the Pioneers? And I also had recognized that the DU Pioneers sport their Hockey Saves logo sticker on their helmets, and so which I thought was pretty spectacular. And so I mentioned that, and they started asking me questions, who my favorite players were. I love all the guys, don't worry. And it was amazing. It was really overwhelming, just because of who they are and how great they are, and there's so much class in this organization. It's just amazing.
Denver Hockey feels very fortunate to be a part of Hockey Saves. When you get the opportunity to thank the military, the people that allow us to be free in the home of the brave, and at the same time combine hockey, which is our favorite sport and in Denver Hockey, but also the favorite sport of a lot of our military, and for them to be able to get that release from their everyday work and be able to have some fun, and for us to be a part of that combination, we feel very fortunate, and we're very thankful that we're a small part of it.
They actually helped out a lot. Went over a bunch of drills and did some shooting and just some stick handling and puck handling, and it was great. It was amazing. Way more than I expected.
For more information or to get involved, visit hockeysaves.us or contact Hockey Saves at 615-732-6029.
Through its first 2 years, Hockey Saves has provided more than 600 soldiers with time on the ice, tickets to games, and sent care packages to those active members serving overseas. Still to come on the program, an NCHC team gets to experience that new arena smell this weekend. Welcome back. A longtime dream becomes reality this weekend as Baxter Arena opens its doors for the Omaha hockey program for the first time. The 7,500-seat facility, which cost more than $80 million to construct, will host its first games this weekend as Omaha plays host to Air Force. And after playing the past 11 years downtown, Omaha hockey is finally back on campus.
Couldn't be more excited. It's just a few days away now. Finally kind of get the nod and get the ball and run with it. So it's been, like I said, 2 years in the making, a lot of hard work and preparation, and we're going to see how it all plays out now.
There was talk all around UNO about, this new arena is actually a real thing, so I heard that and I just got so excited and just wanted to make sure I prepared for this moment and be able to help the team out and get to this spot. So it's a great day for UNO hockey.
It's nice that it's sold out too. The guarantee that we're going to have 7,800. It was 75, and they found 300 more seats. And I'm sure they sold them right away.
And it should be quite an atmosphere in Omaha this weekend as the second-ranked Mavericks play host to Air Force. They are the lone home team in the NCHC this weekend as all the others travel on the road for non-conference action, including number 1 North Dakota at Vermont. Number 5 Minnesota Duluth is at Notre Dame. It's a top 15 showdown as St. Cloud State visits Quinnipiac. Top 20 matchup between Miami and St. Lawrence. Colorado College is at 4th-ranked BC, looking for their first win of the season and looking to remain unbeaten this season. Western Michigan travels to Clarkson. That's going to do it for this episode of NCHC Between the Boards. We'll recap all those games and have much more for you right here next week. Enjoy the games, everyone.